Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. Hope everyone's doing well. I am out and about today. Still raining, windy. We've got the remnants of Tropical Storm Ida moving through our area. And we're on the tail end of that system. And it has snapped up some wind, some heavy rain. Right now, I'm kind of in a lull with the rain. So I thought I'd ease down here to the shelter and see what's been going on. Trying to watch my feet because there's snakes out and about. This time of the year, so they're getting ready for the fall and winter months. They get out and start hunting more. And this is actually a day I have seen them moving around. And if you look at the ground, timber rattlers and copperheads are two of the main venomous snakes that I see around our area, which we have water moccasins, but they generally tend to stay in closer to the creek and whatnot. But I killed one a couple weeks ago, and it was a little too close for comfort. But I'm down here. Man, spiders are out. There's all kind of creatures out this time of year. Down here at the shelter. I'm going to do some sweeping, and I'm going to talk about this pack that I'm going to give away, and I want to talk about one other thing. So y'all stand by. I am always amazed at the critters that will take over anything. Something bit me on the top of my foot. I don't know if it was a fire ant or a daggum spider. Whew. But something popped me. I think it was a fire ant. Hadn't been able to come down to the shelter like I've been wanting to. And I'm going to tell you, this time of year, there's all kind of creatures that take over. Get in down here, and this becomes their place. I did manage to collect an old bird's nest. This was a Carolina wren. They hatched out and long gone. That's gonna make a good fire bundle right there. And I'm gonna keep it. I wanted to put it in that bag to kind of help preserve it. I am ready for some cooler weather. Summers here in my part of the country are long and drawn out. I like summer, but I get tired of the heat. Today, it's not so bad, but it's just muggy. We have a lot of humidity. Being a Gulf state, get a lot of humidity off the Gulf of Mexico in our area, and we get some hot summer temps along with that humidity. All right, I got this bag with me today. We're gonna get into it and talk a little bit more about this go bag that I'm planning on giving away here. All right, with this bag, I like the pack. It's black. It's got some good straps on it. It has 2-3 pockets. It has the main compartment. I was gonna find something, but I cannot find it. I don't know if Chad kept it or if it's just down inside these deep pockets. But anyway, we're going to give this bag away at 500 subscribers. And I'm at 357. I kind of fluctuate. I hadn't been staying on top of my channel, and I think some of my content probably has been kind of not really that interesting to watch. So I'm trying to come up with some good ideas to make this channel where people will want to watch it and want to be part of it and subscribe to it and follow along. But we're going to give this bag away, and in this bag are some items we went over in the last video. And when I finally sat down and took everything out and put together the equipment that had come with it, took it out of its packaging, I realized there are 3 main, for me as far as a bag goes. Man, something is wearing the top of my foot out. I guess it's a no-see-em, because I could not find it. And I've got Crocs on, so I don't know where it is. But getting back to the bag. three main items that did not come with it that I think any bag that you hunt with, hike with, camp with, keep in your vehicle or in your home for standby, whether it be, you know, any type of emergency situation, you can fill in the blank with that. There was no shelter in here, no tarp, no cordage whatsoever, and also there was no container. Now, cordage and shelter you can make in this environment. I don't know how you'd make container unless you found you a decent stump or piece of wood and you burned you out, you know, hollowed out something out of wood by burning it, like you would an old dugout canoe. You can do, you know, make you eating implements like a plate or a bowl or a cup by using fire to burn and hollow it out and shape it with a knife and whatnot. Oh, there goes a chipmunk scurrying through. I don't know if you can see it over there. Right in there. I'm on the wrong side of the phone. But anyway, so I'm going to add those items to this pack. And when we give it away, there's going to be some bonus items that I'm going to add to it. Because I believe if you use this pack and you want to get out and do things, like bushcrafting, there's a knife in there. There's a crazy spear. It did have a little ignition source. There's a little wheel, but I dropped all the little, what do you call them? I can't even think of what you call them next to sparks. The flints. And I dropped them, not realizing they were in the package when I opened it up. But it did have one, and it still works. But I'm going to put a couple of big lighters in there. The lighter that came with it, I guess you couldn't mail that with. So I don't know. I have to look into being able to put big lighters in there, because that might be something you can't mail, because it could be considered a hazardous material. So anyway, something I wanted to share with you guys here. I'm going to get this out and talk about it for a minute. And with this weather, it might be kind of, well, it'll be fine. I wanted to talk about a bow drill set. And this set used to be, there's my fireboard. Man, I got mold. It's another thing with the humid weather and damp conditions. Mildew and mold. I made the bow part out of a piece of red maple. And then the string is 550 cord. The spindle is cedar. And the socket is deer antler. I had a better socket, and it worked a lot better. I was able to put more pressure. I'm going to have to improve the little area here where the socket, the spindle fits up into the socket, because that little depression, but it teaches me to work on my technique to keep it in there right. Man, there's a lot of mold and mildew down here. So anyway, roaches too. Good gracious, them big old cockroaches, they're down here. Anytime you build something, some form of habitation, you're going to have pests move in. I do notice that with the floor that I made fixed better, I don't have the rats and stuff that I once had in here. The way the floor was in the old, before I put this new floor down, it had gaps in it, and it made easy access for them to come up and down. Camera shifting. So anyway, we're going to talk about this real quick. But it is damp down here. But this is a good time to practice with the primitive skills and put yourself to the test and see what's going on. I'm going to see if I could at least get smoke. But right now, I'm going to have to work on that socket part, so I can put more downward pressure and get my strokes longer to get that friction. I can smell it. I can see a little bit of smoke. Uh-oh, got a little bit of smoke. Did not get an ember. Try it again. I think over time, if I use this indention will get bigger, and the spindle part will fit up in there better. Oh, see, it flips out real easy. I'm just trying to practice here, but I was getting it's a little bit of heat, and you can smell where it's getting hot. But I like coming down on days like this when the excuse me, the climate doesn't really want to work with you. Usually in drier air and drier conditions, it's easier to get a fire going than in these damp, moist, humid, because you can just feel the air is so thick. And this is, look at me sweating. I'm still recovering from my bout with pneumonia this summer, but I'm much better. I've been walking and running, and I'm actually going to do a ruck on 9/11. I'm looking forward to doing it. It's a 5K run and ruck, and I'm going to do the ruck part. And just keep improving there. I just kind of wanted to get down to the shelter while I had a little bit of time and make a quick video and talk about the go bag and remind everyone of the giveaway that's coming when my channel reaches 500 subscribers. I'm at 357, so have a ways to go. But when I get there, we'll have the bag put together, and when I see that the numbers have, sustained there, I'm going to do that giveaway. But I'm hoping to, and things have just been busy, and I hadn't been able to get out in the woods like I wanted to. I wanted to get out and run a trap line, help my buddy catch some coyotes, but we were unable to do that due to our schedules. But we're hoping to do that before deer season. I think that would be interesting to share with everybody, setting traps and checking the trap lines and actually catching some critters. So that's about it, other than, well, that's about it really. Nothing really new and fantastic going on. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we made that video about the giveaway, but I've got to work on this fireboard, and I've got some cedar. I'm going to make some bigger planks, and I'm going to have everything, my spindle and my fireboard, made from dried cedar, and I think that's going to do well. I had one made of poplar, and that did good, but a squirrel or some kind of critter got down here last year, and my socket, this is a good size one, it fits my hand pretty well, but I had a bigger one, and it fit real good, and I was able to put more pressure, because the size matters. Sometimes you would see bow drill sets made with stones as far as the socket part, and you can find decent stones sometimes around creeks that really fit into the palm of your hand, and then you make your little dimple area to where your spindle will fit up in it. And this is a piece of cedar, and it actually was getting hot, but I don't want to bore you too much. I am going to do a video of actually sitting down, making a fire, and talking about the bow drill set. But I need to practice on it because I'm out of practice, and I'd like to do it when it's a little cooler. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. If you were in the path of this storm when it hit Louisiana, I hope you guys are doing okay. I know I had some friends in Louisiana. They fared well, and they're just cleaning up now, and things are okay with them. I've got some friends who are sick with the COVID. That seems to be kind of busting wide open, and I've noticed that people are, it's kind of like the North and South in the Civil War. Either you are for vaccination or you're not for the vaccination, and it's funny how that's dividing people. the thing that makes me the most frustrated is the mandates, the forcing, how they want to force stuff. And whether you're for it or against it, I don't really care. I know where I stand and what I believe, and I just am not for government forcing things on people. That's where I have a problem. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well, like I said, and until next time, you guys take care, and I'll see you later.